Hey, what's up? It's Matt in Japan. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for Transformers Studio Series 86. Transformers the movie. This is Constructicon Hook and Constructicon Long Haul. Let's take a quick look at the packaging here. You see on the upper left-hand corner, more than meets the eye, 3 of 5 to form Devastator. Hook converts in 17 steps, whereas Long Haul converts in 19 steps. So that is the front of the box. Some really nice artwork here. Taking a look at the top here, it basically says the same thing. Transformers the movie, Constructicon Hook, Constructicon Long Haul. On the side, if I can get it in, there is Devastator. And again, collect and combine, 3 out of 5. Transformers Studio Series. On the other side, we do see a action shot of both Hook and Long Haul in their vehicle modes. This box is very big. It's taking up my whole workspace. Big Autobot logo there, Transformers Studio Series, the movie. On the bottom, you have your product info. Now, on the back is where we see our product shots and a little blurb about Hook and Long Haul. Long Haul and Hook combine with other Constructicons to form Devastator. Yeah, we all knew that. Anyways, there is Hook and Long Haul with pictures of both modes in vehicle and robot modes. And I cannot wait to get this guy open, get these guys open, and see what they're all about. So let's spin this box back around and do just that. Okay, here's everything included in the box for Hook and Long Haul. You have the pieces for Devastator's chest. Also this piece here. You have the fists, you have the arms, or the forearms, I guess. And then you have Hook and Long Haul. You do have this trailer here, which everything fits on in vehicle mode. Now, they are packaged in vehicle mode, so we will start there. I will show you how to store everything first. So basically what you want to do, first thing is take this piece here. I mean, this does form the chest of Devastator. So again, it just clips in like that. And once we get Devastator complete, that will form the chest piece there. So very cool. Just love the purple and green. It's so nice. But anyways, taking that off for now. And then underneath the trailer here, there are 2 little slots right there and there. And this piece will just, if you turn it around, there are little tabs there, and that'll just slot into place right there. So that stores underneath. The rest does store on top. Next thing you want to do is take these pieces here. Let's get these out of the way. Get Hook out of the way as well. And then there are tabs on either side, and there are slots on the inside. So you can just take these and tab those in like so on that side, and then take this one and same thing, tab that in on that side. Then you have that all set, and then last pieces you have are these sort of kind of rocket launchers / forearms here. And then you wanted to take the arms and just put them the hands, and put them in like so, and those will just peg in the middle slot there. And then what you want to do is take this, fold this out, or fold this in rather, and put the fist all the way inside. And then you want to take this little tab and just put it up like that, and do the same thing on this side. And then you do see some tabs on the top, and these will just tab into place like that. I guess you can face them forward so it looks more like a sort of rocket launcher or whatever. Now this trailer, I will say one thing right out of the box. This connection here is not great. It's not great. You do see 2 little holes right there, and then you do see 2 little very, very small sort of nubbins right there. I wish if these were a little bit longer, I think they would stay in. But basically what I want to do is take Long Haul and just kind of pull them apart a little bit, and then this part, it'll allow you to put that in. And basically you just want to kind of line that up and just kind of squeeze it back. But as you can see, the connection is not very good, so it comes out very easily. But I mean, it's basically just for storage. So anyways, that is how everything combines in or on Long Haul. Let's do a vehicle mode comparison. All right, so far so good. From left to right, we have Long Haul. Next we have Hook. Next to him is Scrapper, and last but not least is Bone Crusher. So these are the 4 out of 6 Constructicons that form Devastator. Let's look at Hook and Long Haul's vehicle mode details. Okay, first let's take a look at Long Haul's vehicle mode details. Looking at the front here, you really have some nice detail. You have some silver for the headlights, some nice black for the grille there, nice Decepticon logo there, some molded detail there. Now there is a little bit of a a sort of Easter egg, I guess. If you pull this part down, there is some really nice molded detail with some beautiful silver paint there. I think that's a very, very cool inclusion there. So folding that back, you do see the sort of smokestack there. And then over here, you do see the windows painted in purple. You have gun storage or weapon storage there. You have some nice pinned on wheels with some nice knobby tires and silver paint there. And this guy does roll like a dream, as this guy should. And then on the back here, you do have some nice red paint and purple detail on the back. Now, unfortunately, this guy being a dump truck, he can't really, it's not functional. It's not a functional dump truck, which is too bad, but I'm totally fine with that. You do get a little bit of red for the back there, but that's about it for the vehicle mode details for long haul. So very, very cool. And I will say one thing, this guy is solid as a rock. I feel like if I threw this thing across the room, it would probably break something. So that is a very good thing. So very nice, solid long haul. Next up is Hook. Let's take a look at his vehicle mode details. Some very nice painted windows here, purple on the back of the, I'm not sure what you call it, the cab, the back cab and the front cab as well. Again, you get the nice pinned on tires with the silver on the rims there. And again, he does roll very nicely. And going to the front, not much detail, a little bit of silver for the headlights there. And you do see the hook part there. And you do see, Devastator. Yeah, Heavy Stator. This guy is heavy, but Devastator's head is hanging out inside there. So yeah, not a whole lot of detail in vehicle mode. You see a little bit of molded detail back there, but yeah, that's about it. Now this can extend here. It can go up and it can extend like that. And this hook is on just a pin like that. So there's a little bit of playability with the hook part. This also can be taken off if you want to take it off, like during transformation and things, if it's in your way or whatever. So that's something you can do as well. And you can also spin it around like so. But for now, we're just going to leave it there, and there's weapon storage right there. So yeah, that's about it for Hook's vehicle mode. And again, this guy feels very solid. Both him and Long Haul feel a lot more solid than Scrapper and Bone Crusher did. Okay, enough talk about their vehicle modes. Let's get these guys transformed into their robot modes. All right, let's get Long Haul transformed. First thing you want to do is take the back part here and just fold that out, which will eventually form his legs here. Fold all the way out. And then basically what you want to do is there are little clips here right there and there. You want to make sure those are sort of locked into place on either side, like so. And then just keeping his legs together at this point. Next thing you want to do is untap his arms and just fold them out. It's a little bit tight there. Just fold those down, take his arms and just fold those down. Pretty tight connection there. Just fold these arms down like that. And then what you want to do back here is you want to take this panel and you want to fold that down and like that. And then you want to fold this up so it does connect into place. And then you want to take the front of the vehicle too and fold that down. That does expose that part there. And then getting the arms out of the way here, just getting some clearance here. And this whole top part is going to fold down, reveal Long Haul's head there, getting his head up like that. And at this point, you can close up the chest part there. Next thing you want to do is take this part, you want to connect the biceps. So there's like a tab slot connection right there. And you want to make sure those are just sort of locked into place. So you're going to lock those into place and then the arms can go down like that. And at this point, you can take out the wrist or the hand there. Same thing on this side. Make sure you're locking those biceps into place. And then you can take out the hands and just fold those down like that. Next thing you want to do is come back here and then just split the legs again. And then you're going to take the heel spurs and then fold those out like that. Fold those out like that. And there you have Long Haul all transformed into his robot mode. So let's pause and take a look at this guy's details. All right, let's get in close on Long Haul's details. First of all, let's take a look at that noggin. Very, very nice. All done in silver with the red visor there. It is a little bit flat on the back. It's not a full, head sculpt, but that's because of transformation, I'm sure. You do see the smokestack on the side here. Nice Decepticon logo. Again, we saw this in vehicle mode. He does have some short, stubby arms. This guy's very stocky, going down the legs. You do see that detail that we did see in vehicle mode. A little bit of detail there. He can hold his gun. Again, his gun looks a little bit puny compared to the size of this guy. Now there is a little bit of detail on sort of hidden under here. You kind of undo that. This is all painted here. Very nice detail, some nice green paint there. So that, just snapping that back into place, and that's about it. You do see the, the windows from vehicle mode and things like that. And this should fold down like that. And then it's a pretty clean look. He doesn't have much of a backpack or anything. But as is, these wheels just stick out and it's all just molded in there. I wish they could have created a hinge right there and these wheels would have tucked back. I think if they had cleaned that back of the legs up a little bit, I think it would have looked a lot better. I think it's something they probably could have done. I'm not sure why they didn't opt for that, but he's all filled in, no hollow bits. He's very solid like he was in his vehicle mode. So yeah, anyways, that is long haul in his robot mode. Let's get into his articulation. For a big brute, this guy is pretty well articulated. Let's start at the head. It looks like the head could be hindered a little bit, but it does go all the way around. It does go up and down, side to side. It can go the full 360. You really have to sort of finagle it to get all the way around, but it does go around. The shoulder joints do go up like that. It can go all the way around. There is a ball joint here at the elbow, so there's no swivel really. There is that point where you lock the forearm or the biceps there, so there's no bicep swivel, but he does have a 90-degree at the elbow, and the hands do go in because of transformation. Now, these guys do not have a waist swivel. Him and Hook as well do not have waist swivels, which is very unfortunate, but it's okay. His legs can go out that far. They can kick back that far. He can kick up that far. There is a upper thigh swivel, which is very nice. And then there is a locking point, just like we saw with Bone Crusher 2. There's a locking point for the knee, so if you unlock that, he does have a little bit under 90. Again, this tire gets in the way. I think if they had found a way to fold these tires back, you probably could have got a little bit more leg articulation out of this guy. And then, why is the heel spur folding up? And then he does have a very deep ankle rocker joint there. So, again, like I said, for a big guy, he's got some pretty decent articulation. Let's look at Hook and get him transformed into his robot mode. All right, next is Hook's turn for transformation. If you have this out, first thing you want to do is just take that, slide that back in, and then just take the hook and just tuck it in like that. Next thing you want to come back here to this back piece. I like to just fold these out first, and it kind of makes it a little bit easier. You're going to disconnect this piece here. And then what you're going to do is that's going to slide forward, and then that's going to sort of tab into place like that. And then that will allow you to get the shoulders. So what you're going to do is take the shoulders, hinge them out, drop them down. Same thing, take the shoulders, hinge them out, drop them down like that. Next thing you want to do is take the feet and shin parts here and just fold them out like so, like that. And then you can take the feet part and fold them out like that. So you have something that looks like this. Next thing you want to do is just take this part and split the back part like this, which will form the legs. And then you're going to fold this down and then it kind of accordion it down. And then you got to take the shin part and click that into place like that. And then just fold down the feet like so. Make sure that snaps into place. Same thing on this side. Just fold that down. So accordion the leg down like that. And then you can take the shin part and that will snap into place just like that. And then take the feet and adjust them like that. And last thing you want to do is take these shoulder pads and just fold them down like that. And voila, there you have Hook in his robot mode. All right, let's get into Hook's robot mode details. First of all, let's take a look at that noggin. All the heads on these guys came out really fabulous. Loving the silver paint and the red visor or glasses on Hook here, and the square head, classic Constructicons. Not too much on the chest here. You get a little bit of molded detail here. You get a vent there. That is a tab to form Devastator there. Really tiny Decepticon logo there. You do have a little bit of detail behind the tires here, but not a whole lot on the all over this guy. A little bit of molded detail in through the waist here and the crotch. And you do have some gray plastic for the upper legs. You do have some nice silver paint for the bottom with some nice molded detail there. And you have a little bit of detail on the feet as well. But yeah, that's about it for his robot mode. You can take off the hook part and have him just with a more clean backpack looking, which I think looks, if you want to pose him and stuff. Although you could use this for posability as well. Like if you want to kind of extend that and have him have like a third leg there in the back for like posing and stuff. But for right now, I'm just going to take it off. So we can get into his articulation here. Okay, let's take a look at Hook's articulation. First, let's start at the head here. It's a little bit limited because of these shoulder pads, so let's just put them up for now. You do get a little bit of side to side, forward and back. His head can spin around. It's a little bit obstructed by that back piece there, but it is possible. His shoulder is on there's a hinge there, so he can go all the way up like that. So he has some really extended arm articulation there. There's an upper bicep swivel there. There is a little bit over 90 at the arm, and there's no wrist or hand articulation, just for transformation that does go in and out. So he does have some really awesome arm articulation. This guy, none of these guys have any waist swivel, so nothing at the waist. He does have a upper thigh swivel. His legs can go up that far. They can kick back that far. They can kick forward this far. He does have a little bit less, almost 90, a little bit less than 90 degrees at the knee. And then down here for the ankle, he does have a very deep ankle rocker joint. Can go forward and back again because of transformation. So this guy is pretty articulated, especially in the upper torso region and his arm. So that is the articulation for Hook. Let's do a robot mode comparison with all the other Constructicons. Here are the Constructicons so far. From left to right, we have Long Haul, Hook, Scrapper, and Bone Crusher. I think they look amazing. Can't wait for the last two to complete Devastator. But speaking of Devastator, let's get all these guys ready to combine what we have so far. So here we have 4/6 of Devastator completed, and so far so good. Long Haul makes up the waist section, and Hook makes up the upper torso section. All the connections are very solid and feel way better than the Combiner Wars one ever did. I will be leaving him in combined mode until I get Mixmaster and Scavenger, and I will do a full review of Devi when he's 100% done. As for Long Haul and Hook, they are great in their individual modes, with the exception of no waist swivel in their robot modes, but by no means is that a deal breaker. Anyways, that's my look at Transformers Studio Series Constructicons Hook and Long Haul. This has been Matt in Japan. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for more great content. Follow me on Instagram. And as always, till all are one.